Howdy, howdy, it's me, Howdy. Today I want to talk to you guys about what I think is the best hero for each role in Overwatch 2. The big difference between Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1 is the removal of our second tank. So we went to a 5v5, so instead of a 6v6, so instead of two in each role, we have one tank, two DPS, two support. So actually tank is a very important role, and I think there's a lot of options here. We got D.Va, Doomfist, Junker Queen, Orisa, Reinhardt, Roadhog, Sigma, Winston, Wrecking Ball, and Zarya. A lot of options. All of them, I think, are pretty solid picks. I think the weakest is probably Wrecking Ball. It's not that he's weak; he's just a very odd pick there. His ultimate's a little meh, in my opinion. It's Wrecking Ball and Doomfist. I think are the two that I'm just straight out not gonna go for. What I am going to pick for the best tank hero is Roadhog. Roadhog has 700 base AP. His left shift is going to be a hook, which is really good because there's not a lot of CC in the game anymore, especially in just regular kits. So the CC of pulling them and just blasting them with your scrap gun is great. Usually, I'd say 95% of the time will be a one hit if you're aiming at the head. There's some nuances here and there, but then he also has his E, which is actually going to be a self heal, which heals yourself and makes you take reduced damage, which is great because you have a base of 100 HP. I believe with one E proc, it's about 300 HP total as long as you're not getting shot. If you're getting shot, obviously it's going to be fluctuate, but with the reduced damage taken, it's pretty good. It really works out the tank role, as well as the tank passive, reduced knockbacks received, less ultimate rate by healing and damage received, which is really cool. Your ultimate is whole hog. So basically you just pull out a scrap gun and go, knock people back, doing a decent amount of damage, which is really good. In a lot of situations, it's a little weird if you're like more in the open. You kind of want to keep it to when the team's confined, or if you can cheese it over the edge, perfect. Can usually get a team kill off that. Your scrap gun itself, I think, is pretty good. Aiming is a little more important than it might seem because the left click is actually a burst shot, and so you can get these little dinks here and there, but they're really close. You usually should. Most DPSs take 2 or 3 hits if you get a headshot or two with the pellets. And then your right click is actually a medium range spread weapon, which is just gonna it's more confined, but it still spreads out the end of the range, so you can get little dinks here and there for a little extra damage. Speaking of damage, we can go to the damage roll. So damage roll has a much wider variety of heroes to pick from, and it's actually, I'm gonna use the term less important than the other two roles, just because there's not really two heroes that are like, oh, they're dog crap. Like, even Bastion's not here right now because Bastion's currently disabled for a bug. But even like heroes like Torbjorn or Symmetra, where you're more a defensive damage, if that makes sense, the turrets, you're going to see them more on defense than you are attack. But they're all pretty good. I think they all get the damage out. Sohyorn, the newest damage, is freaking amazing. Obviously, Soldier's pretty good. Widowmaker, I think even Widowmaker is doing pretty well right now in the current meta. I really like Echo, Genji, Hanzo. They're all pretty good. I think Cassidy, instead of having the flashbang, having the stick grenade, I think if they bring the damage up on that a little bit more, he'll be really nice. But who do we think is going to be the best DPS? Who's going to put out the most damage out of this pool? I'm about to go with Roadhog. Roadhog has 700 base HP with a pull, so the pull is really nice. He pulls them real tight. You have the left click of your scatter gun. Scrap gun is going to do a lot of damage. Like I said earlier, usually does about 95% of the chance is going to kill one hit, as well as having your E, which self-heal, 700 HP base self-heal, kind of gives your two supports a little bit of time off and a little vacation. You do have your whole hog ultimate, which is going to be when you put scrap guns, go widespread damage, usually hits the entire team, and if you are by the edge, you can cheese it, knock them off the map, or if it's confined space, you usually should get 2, 3, maybe 4, even the whole teamed right. Your scrap gun's pretty good, short range. Obviously, it's a shotgun, but it also has the right click, which is more of like a press and medium range shot, which will still spread out, so you can still kind of like pit fire, take little shots from there, get a couple damages there throughout the field. So last but not least, we are in our support role. Our support role, I think, is second most important role in the game behind tank itself, just because the support role has a lot on its shoulders, and I think our support pool is still pretty good. I think Blizzard has done really well at making very few heroes feel like, ugh, why'd you pick that? Like I said, unironically, probably besides Doomfist and Wrecking Ball, there really isn't a lot that you're going to get flamed for picking, just because they're kind of meh. They're weaker than their other counterparts. Drinking Queen's kind of got their own tank, but... So in our support, we have Ana, Baptiste, Brigitte, we have Baguetti, Kiriko, Lucio, Mercy, Mora, and Janetta. Pretty good. Actually, all of them are really good at DPSing as well, which really is kind of why I think the DPS role is a little meh at the end of the day, because the other two positions are gonna do enough damage to where if you have one DPSer kind of falling back, the two supports in a tank are gonna fill in that spot and just get that damage out. Kiriko is very strong. I think Kiriko is probably the strongest. No, I think it's a toss-up between Sojourn and Kiriko for the strongest of the three new heroes at launch. She has a good heal, she has a good ultimate, she has good utilities. Ana's obviously always really good. Baptiste, I'm kind of meh about. I see him a lot, played a lot. When I play him, I just haven't really enjoyed playing him. I definitely think I'm going to pick their support role, the healing role. I think I'm going to go with Roadhog. So Roadhog has his E, which is a self-heal, which means that no one else has to heal you. He can take care of himself. He has 700 HP. He should be good. He can survive most fights. He can't heal others, but that's fine. You're in a 1v9. You're bronze 5. You need a climb. You're going to want a 1v9. You're going to want to go Roadhog. You want to focus on your E because it only heals you because you're the only one that's important. As well as your E, you have your left shift. Your left shift is going to be a hook. When you pull him in, like a bass in the park, you're going to pull him in and you're going to blast him. Okay, left click, blast him right in the head. It's going to one-hit shot. Your ultimate, whole hog. We've discussed this. I'm not going to go over it again. Pretty good hero. I think Roadhog is a good choice for support as well as damage and tank. Yeah, if you pick those three heroes, I see no problem with you guys getting out of bronze 5. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to, hit the red subscribe button or the bell or whatever it is that you want to do. Leave a comment calling me stinky. I'm a little stinky. I haven't showered in like 2 weeks, but that's just how life is,